Hi there. Welcome back. How are you? I haven't seen you in a little while. Yeah? You're not feeling well? Okay. All right, so let me just take a few notes here, get you checked in. And again, yeah, it's really good to see you. Yeah, unfortunately, I wish it was under better circumstances. I wish you were feeling better. So why don't you tell me your name? Okay. And your address? Okay. And how about a phone number? Okay. You know, I think I remember you. You were here before, right? Yeah, you weren't feeling very well. So it's been a little while. Why don't you give me some indication as far as like what's going on at this point? Okay. Yeah. I seem to recall last time there was really nothing wrong with you, but we thought maybe you were having a monetary problem, a problem with money, instead of a physical problem. Do you remember? Did you do anything to remedy that situation last time? No? Okay. Well, you know what? Why don't we quickly take your temperature like we did last time? So let me just take this out. Yeah, remember I just got started, so I'm not really very good at this. So, oh, okay. So yeah, just put that under your tongue for just a minute. Okay, thank you. Yeah, and again, I'm sorry you're not feeling well. Oh, okay. Let me just take a look. Yep, you're normal. So nothing wrong there. And yeah, I don't think I need to do anything else because, again, last time we determined probably not a physical problem, but a monetary one. So have you done anything to improve your financial situation that we discussed last time? No? Do you think you're having some kind of a mental block or something? Like, tell me what's going on. Okay. All right, well, let me just take a look here real quick. You know what's really popular right now is money manifestation. So maybe we can do a little bit of that today, as well as maybe giving a face massage to see if maybe that will help you feel better. What do you think? Okay. Well, let me see. The first thing I'd like to do, and by the way, I do this for all my patients that are experiencing some type of a emotional or psychological type issue with their finances. I have this watch. So I just want you to relax and take a look at the watch. Don't take your eyes off of it. And I'm just going to swing it ever so gently back and forth. Keep your eyes on the watch. Just relax. Yeah, it doesn't matter that it's turning. Sometimes you see the face, sometimes you don't. Just relax. You know, this week on the show, ASMR Money Mentor, we've been talking about manifestation and how you can see things first before you can achieve them. Have you been watching those episodes? No? Okay, well, I would recommend you go back and take a look at those episodes. But just relax. 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 Do you feel yourself getting a little sleepy? Relax. Yeah, this watch, by the way, I've had for a long, long time. This was my grandmother's. It's a pocket watch. Elgin, I think, is the name. I don't know when it was made, but early 1900s probably. But just relax. Relax. Close your eyes. Relax. 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 Okay, on the count of 3, I want you to open your eyes. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So, tell me, how do you feel? No different? Are you sure? Okay, well, just go along with it, okay? All right. Okay, I want you to close your eyes again for me. Take deep breaths in and out. Take a deep breath in and out. Take a deep breath in and out. Take a deep breath in and out. So why don't you tell me, if you can, what are your feelings about money, just in general? I just want to get a feel for what the primary source, perhaps, of the problem could be. If you don't have any physical ailments, you seem perfectly fine, obviously. So what types of ideas and concepts and thoughts do you have about money? Yeah. A scarcity mindset. Have you always felt this way? I mean, think back to when you were a child. What what types of messages did you get from authority figures about money? Yeah, like your parents. Did they argue a lot? Yeah. Yeah, my parents did too. It always seemed to be like a battle with money in my household, in my family when I was a kid. My parents, I think, fought, constantly about money, what they wanted to do in the future. Maybe they just weren't aligned. They fought a lot about where we would live. We would move to one town and go to another one. Yeah, so there were always issues, it seemed like, growing up when it related to anything to do with money. Was that the same for you? Yeah, tell me a little bit more about that. Yeah. Yeah. And tell me, how did that make you feel when they were always fighting over you and you were getting in the middle of all that? How did that make you feel? I think so many of us feel the same way. And have you ever thought that maybe you just haven't overcome some of those basic feelings that you have about money? Yeah. So tell me, when you got a little bit older, did you go to college? Yeah. So during your college years, as you were a young adult, did you pay for your college, or was it paid for you, or how did that work? Okay. Everything was just paid and you didn't have to pay for anything? Yeah. Yeah, I think for me it was similar. I went off to college when I was 19 years old, and I just assumed my parents would pay for everything. I don't know that I was entitled per se. We hear a lot about, kids these days, maybe around your age. And of course, every generation always does the same thing, right? Oh, we complain about the younger generation, etc. But I was so young, I remember thinking that it was just going to happen, that my parents would pay for it. And that's a terrible place to be, really, as a young person, because I don't think that taught me the value of a dollar at all. Did you have the same experience? Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's amazing how lost we can feel as we get older if we haven't dealt with some of these feelings that we had when we were younger. Part of the essence, I guess, of money is that it's not about the basics, the things that I teach on my channel all the time. When I'm not moonlighting as a doctor and other things, the basics are just a very small part of the picture. I always say it's about 20% of a person's ability to do well with money over time. And what is the 80%? The 80% are your behaviors, or your lack of behaviors, as you get older. So I think for you, I don't know. What do you think? Is this a little bit of a breakthrough for you? Are you feeling good? Mm-hmm. I mean, you should. You've pretty much identified that part of your thoughts, as you said, about money were things that happened to you when you were a child, that you didn't really value money, like, same for me, same situation, and I think that most people grow up the same way. And we either learn from those experiences through heartache. As you know, I had a bankruptcy at age 29, and so I still think about that all the time. But I forgave myself, and I moved forward. So I think for you, maybe you've got some similar things going on there as well. You know, your thoughts about money and your self-worth is, at this point, as you said, kind of, you're not feeling really great about yourself because your career's not going the way you want it to. So if you could just, turn that around and start manifesting, because this week, again, we're talking about money manifestation, the woo of the do of personal finance on the channel. Start visualizing, right? Like right now, think about your future self in, let's say, 1 year. Because I think we have to get past where you are now. If you start projecting into the future 3 to 5 years, it might be too much, right? For right now. So if you can just think about it in terms of just the next 12 months, like what do you need to do? So again, we've got the 20% that can be worked on in terms of the things you need to do better with money. But we need to focus more on the 80% with you, I think, right now. Yeah. Would you agree? Do you feel like you're hypnotized right now? Did that work? No? Not so much? Well, I'll have to improve my techniques. But do you feel that you are coming to an understanding of where you are based on what we just talked about? Yeah. Okay. Well, that's awesome. So we're going to continue on now next time with the face massage. And we'll talk more about your money situation, okay?